It's frustrating, but it just shows we're right there.
Yeah.
Cubs are leading the division. 4 one-run games, came out on top on one. Obviously wish it was more. Guys are battling. We're right there. Pitching is doing a heck of a job keeping us in it, and we had a chance in the 3 games we lost for sure.
What'd you think of Mitch today?
Unbelievable. I mean, started off slow that first inning, a little rough, but settled in, got into a groove. Pitch count was up, at the beginning of the game, but then was able to, find his stride there through the middle, and to be able to get through 6 innings after the way it started, fantastic job.
What could he have done differently in that first inning?
Oh man, I don't know. This lineup, as we talked about before, it's so good, and just some pitch. It even looked like the ball to Swanson that he threw wasn't even a terrible pitch. He just way, and Dansby went with it to right field. I don't think, looking back on that, I don't know how much more different he could have done.
What did you think of the offense you guys scored? 2 runs, 3 hits in the first inning, and then it kind of went silent.
Yeah, quick. Both teams, Colin slowed things down too, and Mitch did, and they kind of found their footing and he kept us off balance. Mitch was able to keep them off balance, and the way it started, you didn't think it was gonna be a pitcher's duel, and ended up being that both of them settled down and ended up going deep into the game.
Did you think Rhea made any adjustments there?
Yeah.
With the way he was pitching, pitch selection?
I thought so. I mean, curveball seemed to be working pretty well for him, makes the fastball in and out, and kept us off balance. We were able to, Spencer got on top of that high fastball early on for base hit to right. We first inning was really good, and then just it got tough.
Mattson, that's 30 straight batters now that he's not allowed to hit to. Leads all MLB. How impressed do you continue to be with him?
Really impressed. Coming in that situation in Wrigley, 7th, 8th inning, tie game, just fantastic job there. And being able to lengthen it for us to be able to go to Santana in the 9th and Betty in the 10th, he did a great job.
Frustrating to see a Lebo guy end up with the walk-off hit.
Frustrating to see anybody when you lose like that. I think that the lineup that they have, and makes it deep, going back and forth on do you walk Hap there and go to PCA, but then when you look at what PCA is doing too, and can't really double him up as fast as he is, maybe that makes it a little bit different if we could walk Hap, play the infield back, but tough to walk the bases loaded in that situation, puts more pressure on Betty to be really fine against a really good hitter. So felt like the best matchup there was to give him a chance to go after Hap.
You talked about how close you guys were this series. On one hand, you have maybe some of the best starting pitching the last month and a half. The other hand, the offense is struggling. How much stock do you put in one, and does it make it frustrating for the second half of it, or how do you just adjust kind of a team of 2 extremes right now?
Yeah, we have to find a way offensively to get better, to get those hits with guys on base, and continue to battle up there. And the pitching in general, starters and bullpen has been really, really good in keeping runs off the board and giving us a chance to win. And if we can keep the starting pitching and bullpen going and find a way to scratch and claw, get some more runs, that's what we got to find a way to do.
I feel like you guys were kind of close today too. I mean, you had O'Neill Cruz's line drive to center, you had Sullivan's close one in right field, and then IKF's line drive there.
That Horner made a heck of a play on that ball. Sully, if that's 10 feet to the left, probably a home run. O'Neill hit that ball really well. I forget who hit the ball to right field that Canario ended up making a really good play on. I think Suzuki hit one earlier. I mean, it was a well-fought series, and it sucks when you go 1-3 in those series, because we know that we had a chance to win some of those games, but there were a lot of really good things, some things that we need to continue to work on offensively and continue to get better at.
Is there anything you feel like you guys can do to kind of get the offense going? Is there one particular thing that kind of stands out or anything, or is it just kind of a stretch?
Man, if I knew, if Haig knew, if the players knew, definitely would be doing that. It's just got to keep our nose down, continue to work, and baseball, it'll come around and it'll click, and got to get back on the train, scoring runs.